The players are ready. The countdown has begun. And things have come full circle. This game is going to be Duke against Disby again.
So I mean, it all comes down to this. If Disby takes the win, then Bitheads will walk away the winners of this tournament. But if Duke can pull out a win, then we're going to go to a final Game 7, sudden death, winner takes all.
Yeah, it is tense. And at the right spawn of Metalopolis, we've got our red Terran playing for Team Magmic. It's Duke. And across the map, spawning as the green Zerg, we've got Disby playing for Team Bitheads.
So, I mean, it all comes down to this, but it is the Zerg versus Terran, so we know that the Terran's probably going to win, right?
I don't know. Depends. Yeah, see, I know when I'm playing, the Zerg always wins. So, yeah. I'm impartial, I'm the caster, so I can't play.
So if this was an important match for you, what would you do as a Zerg player? I mean, you're one behind, you're playing a Terran player. What do you think you should be doing?
I'm kind of a big fan of just straight up good play, solid play. So
well, that's an obvious answer.
Yeah. So I would just do a hatch first, scout out, make sure that they're not doing anything cheesy, because this is kind of the game where nerves will play a factor. So people, the more nervous they get, the more likely they are to do something crazy. Then from there, just try to get the third base as soon as possible, get some mutas out, and start to take control of the game from there. Oh, we've got a drone that could possibly take out an SCV here, down to 10 HP, 5 HP. Oh! The SCV goes around, and the drone is not attacking it. The drone gets the kill, but loses his life in the process.
That was worth it.
Yeah. And Duke decides he's going to have none of that, blocks off his ramp.
That's probably one of my favorite things to do against a Terran player.
Yeah, fun tip, or a good tip, if you're playing against Terran and you want to keep attacking their SCV that's building a building, shift and attack it a whole bunch of times. And that way it'll queue up a bunch of attack commands, and when the SCV moves, your drone or probe will keep going after the SCV. Yeah, that's annoying.
So looks like a one-base play for the Zerg player. You think, good idea?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Actually, at this, until you get to really high levels of play, one-base timing attacks from Terran are usually really deadly. So I think one-base play here is a good idea.
Oh, factory being built, though, so we might see some Hellions.
Yeah, Hellions, of course, ridiculously good against Zerg.
Yeah.
Anyone who watches GSL probably knows just how frightening they can be. And
SCV trying to poke in there, getting attacked by the Queen. Trying in again, but I think this is going to be it.
Oh! The Queen misses by just a little bit.
Queen deciding to go for that larva inject before it comes back.
Yeah, there goes.
It saw the Baneling nest, though. That's just critical there. That's going to be he knows what's going on.
Yeah, Disby throwing down his expansion at a kind of a strange timing. I guess he will be going for, I would have assumed Baneling Bust based on the timing of his Baneling nest, but given that he's dropping his second hatchery, it looks like he's planning on doing something more long-term.
We just saw a whole bunch of links pop, so and they're going right for the Terran base. So I think it's going to be a bust. There's no bunker going down, though.
Yeah, that would have been a great response if Duque had thrown down a bunker when as soon as he saw the Baneling nest that early.
Looks like we have a tank on the way, though. Which, you know, you have siege mode, you get a tank out that does tend to destroy Banelings, but if he gets the Baneling now and does a push, he might be able to get through.
Yeah, and tanks without siege mode, of course, not extremely effective against Zergling swarms.
Looks like he's just opting to take the Zelnaga towers, though. Not pushing in just yet, and I think he's at a point where he needs to do the critical timing now. Like, he needs to warp in those, sorry, not warp in, he needs to morph in those Banelings. I'm a Protoss player, you know how it is. So, morph in those Banelings, and get that bus going through right now, or else his Terran opponents may have a chance to get siege mode.
Yeah, or he hasn't invested a lot in this. He could just pull back and use his 2 bases to their fullest to start getting a few drones, and just play it out as a macro game, knowing that his opponent is staying on 1 base.
It's a little strange, though, to get the Baneling nest that early, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, usually if you're getting it that early, it's probably for a bust, though it could just be that he was expecting some sort of bio push, as we saw from a previous game. And, of course, Banelings are key to stopping those kind of pushes, so maybe he was just a little afraid and wanted to be really sure that his Banelings were up in time.
That's true. So probably right now see him just drone up really hard. And, more Lings coming out, though. So he is massing Lings. He's not droning hard, so it looks like he's getting ready for a push. But it's going to be more of a mid-game timing push instead of an early game.
Yeah, 25 SCVs to 22 drones for a 2-base Zerg against a 1-base Terran. Disney is really not ahead as much as you would expect on economy. Alright, oh, and a Banshee going down. Or coming out in just a moment.
Infestation Pit going down for Disby, though. So it looks like he might be going for some mid-game Infestor play. A little bit of Fungals with the Banelings. Definitely a good combination.
Yeah, but the question is, does he have enough to deal with the Banshees that are going to be in his base in just a moment? And the answer is probably not.
Nope. He does have layer tech, though, so or on its way, so he will have Overseers probably around the same time as that Banshee hits.
Yeah, a good move for Zerg versus Terran. Oh, we see he does have a 3rd Queen, which could be really helpful depending on how he positions those Queens. But usually a 3rd or a 4th Queen is almost necessary in Zerg versus Terran, just because it helps so much against the Banshees.
So it looks like he's waiting for a 2nd Banshee before he goes in for that attack. Do you think that's smart, or should he go in right about now?
I like waiting for the 2nd Banshee because 2 Banshees can take out a Queen, whereas 1 Banshee has trouble with taking out a Queen. So these 2 Banshees will most likely roll in, take out the Queen as soon as possible before any other Queens get to this area, and then they'll go to work on the on the drones. Was that just scouted? Oh. Yes.
He does have a